Alright, now here we have example 3, which is a slightly different type of questions involving the sum of roots and product of roots. So here we go. Now alpha and beta are both roots of this particular quadratic equation, which we don't know a lot about because of the k. You realize that it's an unknown called k inside here. So, but what we do know, obviously, is that the a is 4, and our b is negative 11k, so this is quite interesting, and the c is the entire thing here, which is k squared plus 6. Alright, so this sums our a, b, and c. Right, now we are given another piece of information, and that is the sum of 1 over alpha plus the 1 over beta is equal to 2, and our job is to find the values of k. You see, no longer we're interested in the sum, the alpha plus beta value, or alpha squared plus beta value, or any other quadratic equations. We are now interested to find the value of k, which is part of the coefficient of this original quadratic equation. So how are we going to handle this question? Well, first and foremost, let's write down the obvious, which is what we do know is that the alpha and beta being roots of this quadratic equation, we'll know that the sum of roots, which is the alpha plus beta, will be equal to negative b over a, which will then becomes the negative of negative 11k over 4. Isn't it? So this is our b over a, and this negative b over a. So in short, it becomes positive 11k over 4. So this is the sum of roots. Let's move on to the product of roots, which is alpha multiplied by beta. And according to the formula that we know, alpha multiplied by beta gives us c over a. So c over a in this particular case will become k squared plus 6 over 4, right? Which is our c over a here. So this is our product of roots. Okay. So knowing this is not going to help us find k, because we haven't really found or formed an equation involving k. So obviously we will need to come to this piece of information over here and see how we can make use of this and all these things that we discuss and figure out to find k. So what we do know from what is given to us is that the 1 over alpha plus the 1 over beta is equal to 2. Okay, which means that if I were to simplify this a little, I'll get beta plus alpha over alpha beta is equal to 2. Okay, this being making common denominator. And what I need you to be able to see now is that this alpha plus beta is something we know over here, which is the 11k over 4. And let's use another color, green. This alpha beta is this same value over here, which again involves k. So by putting this sum of roots, which is the alpha plus beta, up here, and the product of roots, which is the alpha multiplied by beta, down here, we will be able to end up with an equation that look a bit like this: 11k over 4 over k squared plus 6 over 4 equals to 2. Okay, and now this is basic algebra, so if we were to simplify this a little, alright, the 4 and the 4 will cancel out, and we were to do a cross multiply. A cross multiplication will give us an equation that looks a bit like this: 2k squared plus 12. Okay, so this is a plus. So we end up having another quadratic equation, but this time involving k. So we'll bring over the 11k, so it ends up with 2k squared minus 11k plus 12 equals to 0. Okay, and with this we will be able to factorize and try to solve for our k. Okay, so in this case, if we were to factorize it, let me see, we end up with 2k k, and what multiplied by what gives you a 12, which is 3 and 4, or 2 and 6. I don't think 2 and 6 we can do it, so I believe it's a 3 and a 4. So 3 and a 4, 3 multiplied by 4 gives us 12. We need a negative 11, so this will be 8 and 3. So I'll need to have a negative 8 and plus 3. That gives me not plus 3, I'm sorry, minus 3. So a negative 8 and a negative 3. Okay, as you can see, if I were to multiply this, this will give us a negative 8k and this will give us a negative 3k. So negative 3, negative k, negative 3, negative 8 gives us a negative 11. Whew. Okay, so what we end up here, we'll be able to solve for k, and that gives us the k value of k equals to 3 over 2, or k equals to 4. Then here we go. That's it.